private/U. Birthday, March 11, 1931. Childbirth location, Melbourne, Australia. Childbirth behalf, Keith Rupert Murdoch. Dad, Keith Murdoch. Reporter and paper editor. Mom, Elizabeth Green Murdoch. Philanthropic marriages, Jerry Room, March 4, 2016. This/M. Wendy Den Murdoch, 1999 to 2013. Dissolved, Anna Torv Murdoch, 1967 to 1999. Dissolved, Patricia, accountant, Murdoch, 1956 to 1967. Dissolved, family, in Wendy Den Murdoch. Chloe, 2003. Elegance, 2001. In Anna Torv Murdoch. James, 1972. Lachlan, 1971. Elizabeth, 1968. In Patricia, accountant, Murdoch. Discretion, 1958. Formation, Worcester School, Oxford College, 1953. Some facts/U. Founder of News Story Corporate, Limited, that has assets in Cord, movie, TV, web, Straight Speak, Sputnik TV, sport, publication and some fields. Murdoch has been compared to William Randolph Hearst, who is frequently the founding member of Yellow Style Journalistic. Time scale/U. 1952, Murdoch's paper editor. Dad Day, outgoing him. Monitoring of the News Story Limited business in Adelaide, Australia. 1954, Murdoch begins fleeing News Story Limited. 1956, purchases Perth Saturday Times. 1960, purchases Sydney newspapers The Everyday Glass and Saturday Glass. 1964, starts The Australia, a domestic document. 1969, becomes a London editor while he reached monitoring of the document News Story of the Planet. As well acquires The Sunshine, that he transformation in a Yellow. 1973, expands to the joint state by procurement the San Antonio Courier and the San Antonio News Story. 1974, moves to the joint state. 1974, starts the domestic Celebrity Week Yellow to competitive in the domestic questionnaire. 1976, purchases the New York Position. 1977, purchases New York Ammunition Depot, Corporation, that includes New York Ammunition Depot and the Countryside Vote. Murdoch has sold out both of the Countryside Vote and New York Ammunition Depot. 1979, forms News Story Corporate in Australia. 1981, purchases The Times of London. 1982, purchases the Boston Vestnik. 1983, purchases the Chicago Sunshine Times. 1985, purchases 20-age Fox of oil worker Marvin Davis for $600 millionth. September 1985, becomes a naturalized individual of the joint state. 1986, purchases few U.S. TV stations and creates Fox Radio. 1987, purchases U.S. publication building Harpist and Row for $300 millionth. 1988, sells the New York Position since of laws forbidding property of newspapers and TV stations in the identical marketplace. 1990, merges Harpist and Row and some publication operative in HarperCollins. 1993, purchases Celebrity TV, a Sputnik TV facility relying in Post-Kong. 1993, buys behind the New York Position. 1996, launches the Fox News Story Canal. 1998 to 2004, owns the Los Angeles Dodgers baseball game crew. 2000, purified for prostate gland carcinoma. 2004, shifts News Story Corporation. Inclusion of Australia to the joint state. 2007, purchases Dow Jones, the editor of the Side Road magazine. March 2011, Murdoch's child, James, is mentioned News Story Corporation's vice head operational official and president and CEO of News Story World. July 19, 2011, Murdoch and his child, James, Witness up Parliament's civilization, print and kind of sports board on the telephone hack fracas covering news story Team International. For the evidence, a protester traffic Murdoch in a pie done of razor cream. February 29, 2012, James Murdoch resigns as Vice Coup, President and CEO of News Story World. March 2012, the months-length FBI inquiry in concoction of bribe by officials of a Ruski affiliate of News Story Corporation, News Story outside Russia, not, comes to lighting. Not, a poster business, pay to promote in social area on by the government belonging characteristic. News Story Corporation sold out its concern in July 2011. April 5, 2012, John Riley, the chief of Sky News Story, admits to permit journalists to chop in emails of individual countrymen. Sky News Story is belonging by News Story Corporation. May 1, 2012, UK lawmakers studying telephone hack at News Story of the Planet announce how Rupert Murdoch is not a fitting man to work out the leadership of a main world business. June 28, 2012, News Story Corporation confirms how it plans to break in two openly sold companies, one business for its TV and movie holdings, and the some for its paper and volume publication entities. One day the break is finished, Rupert Murdoch will be as president of both of companies, and will as well be as CEO of the print and amusement business. July 21, 2012, a News Story World representative says how Rupert Murdoch has stepped downward of a quantity of business boards of directors, both of in the UK and the US. December 2012, James Murdoch becomes Vice Coup of the Fox team. March 4, 2016, marries Jerry Room at Spencer Building in London. The festive marriage conducted location at St. Fiancé's Chapel in London, the following date.